Nessa girl, we got a few things to talk about, honey, because they say British Williams' ass is going to jail. And speaking of leaving the courthouse on their way to jail, Angela Simmons' ass might be headed to the damn courthouse because she being sued for back rent. And we got to talk about how Tyler Perry said them black people down to the BET was very disrespectful when it came to the bidding war for that network. Want to talk about it? Here you go. Nessa girl, let's just get into it. I had a very busy day today. I just got through interviewing Jackie Christie. Y'all can catch that interview tomorrow on Fox Soul on TGIF. But anyway, it's just so funny that I was interviewing Jackie Christie because right before I get into the interview, I find out that Brittish Williams has been sentenced to 4 years in jail for pleading guilty to 15 cases of fraud. Charges of fraud amounting to about $564,000, baby. She had a federal case. And mama going down to the jail for 4 years. What they say, fair time, you do what, 80%? So she might do 3.2 years in probably a minimal security prison or whatever the case may be. Or whatever. And you know, it's just sad. Now I'm going to start out by saying this. Obviously, I don't know Brittish Williams personally. None of us know her personally. We know these characters that people play and portray on their television screens, right? And I'll say this. I can't say I don't like her because I don't know her, but I don't like whatever that was on our TV screen. I never liked it, right? And then, if you know, she was dating, when she first came on the show, she was dating the guys that play overseas basketball. Now, let's not get it twisted. Athletes that play overseas, they make six figures and they make more than the average person that's just getting up going to work every day, or the average person that puts on a uniform, or whatever it is we do, you know, to feed our families. They make good money, but they're not making that, you know, Portia Simon money. They're not making that Candy Todd money. I was about to say they're not making that Kim and Croy money, but hell, Kim and Croy ain't making that damn Kim and Croy money either. But y'all get what I'm saying. They're not making that Gucci and Keisha Kayor money. They're making good, comfortable, you know, six-figure money that allows, you go out to eat, get you a couple of diamonds and pearls every now and again, get you a couple of pieces. You can run into Gucci once a month, get you a little piece of shoe, a little piece of bag, you know what I'm saying? But then once you start factoring in kids and high-ass rent and mortgage and all that, you might not even be able to do all that because we're learning in 2023 that six figures ain't shit. There once used to be a time if a person made, you know, $125,000 that a person was balling. You know, these athletes go over there, they be making 250, 180. You know what I'm saying? They be doing what they have to do. Like I said, it's good living, but it ain't enough for you to be balling the hell out. And the question that I have and what I really want to talk about, because there really is nothing more to say other than the fact that the bitch going to jail. But how much do y'all think the pressure of reality TV and Instagram how much of that pressure do y'all think factored into her decision to commit fraud? Now, you know, I listen to a lot of my industry counterparts, you know, and a lot of people say things like, you know, social media puts this pressure on people to keep up these appearances, so on and so forth. And while I can agree that, you know, social media, you know, first of all, nobody wants to put their worst foot forward, right? Nobody wants to get on social media and say, I'm destitute, I ain't got nothing, I'm broke down. Everybody wants to look their best, which is understandable, which is perfectly human. But where I draw the line is that I don't understand the mentality of the person who would allow social media to drive them to do something illegal for the sake of keeping up appearances. I have always, and I'm going to tell y'all one thing about me. I have always just been a quick study of celebrities that have become before me. I think one of the best programs that I ever could have come in contact with was Unsung. And what I love about Unsung is that there's nothing new under the sun. And if you just study Unsung on TV One, it will teach you what not to do as an entertainer. There are just so many gems there. And for me, let's just say hypothetically, if somebody called me today to do some type of reality show and I was thrust in the midst of, you know, all of these rich people that had it going on, I'm not going to lie to you, because I know that I can't keep up. I think that people need to learn to use their perceived weakness as their strength. I literally would come on and have no problem being the broke friend. Like, that would be my whole shtick. It would be, I'm the one who ain't got as much as the rest of the people got. I would put that shit out there up front. That way I alleviate the pressure of trying to keep up with people who I can't keep up with. I'm going to tell you one person that I appreciate. I was watching the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City the other day. It just happened to be on my TV. I got caught on it. I haven't watched it for years. I love the new girl on the show, Monica, that used to be Jen Shaw's assistant, because she's like, bitch, I'm broke. I live regular. I don't have it like that. And I love the fact that production finally took a regular working class person and thrust them in the middle of all these rich bitches, because we get to see natural conflict with the juxtaposition and the intersection of wealth and, working class. So I say all that to say, maybe if British had been a little more mature, a little more seasoned, a little, more, esteemed, she wouldn't have got caught up in this trap of trying to keep up with the Joneses, which ultimately has now landed her with a 4-year prison sentence. Plus, I'm sure she's going to have to pay back restitution and all this type of stuff. And it's weird because you were trying to avoid looking like the broke one, trying to avoid looking like all of these different things. And when it all panned out, you actually ended up looking worse, because now you look like a jailbird. You look like a broke jailbird, and you finna go to jaya. Okay, like before, you would have only just looked broke. But now you looking like a broke jailbird, which is almost double worse. And here's the thing, my strategy, listen, I've learned you just gotta tell people what your situation is. I would have befriended Jackie Christie. I would have played the big sister, little sister role. I would have pulled Jackie to the side one time and been like, I don't have no clothes. Like, can you help me get some clothes? Can you help me get some clothes? I'm going to tell you a true story. When I was on Sister Circle, when I was doing Sister Circle, at that time, I wasn't doing well financially. I wasn't, I had just came off of all that eviction stuff, and I just was in a rough place in life. And the budget for Sister Circle was not there. We had to pay for our own wardrobe and stuff. They were not paying me much. The job was only paying $50,000 for the job. And that wasn't enough, obviously for me to pay my bills and to buy clothes to wear every day for 5 days a week. And Quad was on the show. Quad asked me, I was just sharing it with her. And she was like, would you like me to buy you some clothes? Granted, it never happened, but it was just, it was nice that she offered and she asked. And I bring that up to say, you know what I'm saying? Oftentimes, if you just tell people, what your situation is, you don't never know where you can find help from, because that's where they spend all their money at, on them clothes and them shoes. It's all about showing up on the scene, trying to look the way they want to look, and then them hoes be going back to regular ass apartments. They be going back to living with their grandma. They be going back to living with they dope dealer baby daddy. You know what I'm saying? Like we y'all already saw the Duchess and Caesar one time when they was filming. They was filming in the damn Airbnb, and it was an air mattress somewhere in the other damn room, and they ended up getting embarrassed. These folks don't be having it like this on these TV shows, and I would have sat my ass there, and I would have did what I had to do until I built up my salary on that show. I would have never went to prison for a bunch of bitches who do not care about me, all over some clothes and some jewelry and trying to keep up appearances. And then the other thing about it is, okay, you was out there in LA, you couldn't have sold a little coochie. Now I know the price of coochie don't fair to $40 a pop right now. But British, when you got started and your man was overseas, girl, you know how much coochie you could have been selling. Your man was overseas, bitch. on a whole nother timeline, baby, I would have had me a man off La Brea. I would have had me a man in the Valley. I would have had me a man in Pasadena. I would have had me a man in Crenshaw, and I would have had me a man overseas, baby. And if it was going for $40 a pop, baby, I would have been turning 8 tricks a night, bitch. That's enough to get a shoe. You got to do what you got to do in order to get a shoe. That's what I would have did. But I would have never went to prison trying to keep up with a bunch of damn bitches that don't care nothing about me. Switching gears really quickly. Angela Simmons, y'all, the former landlord, is taking her to court for $48,000 for back rents. Her rent was $7,000 a month down to her apartment. And the man suing her for fees and all this type of stuff, saying Angela just went on and ain't paid her bill. Now, here's the thing. We already know Angela, she go with Yo Gotti. Well, the people is reporting they might have broken up. That ain't none of my business. I'm like Monique when it comes to folks' relationships. I'm staying out of people's business. But I will say this. I don't care how much money you have. It's always embarrassing when things like this hit the news, hit the presses, right? Oh, you know what I'm saying? Now, the beautiful thing about having a clean reputation, the beautiful thing about coming from the family that she comes from, having the brand that she had with pasties, with her sister with the shoes, being in relationship with Yo Gotti, we know undoubtedly that Angela Simmons is not hurting for $48,000. We know for a fact Angela Simmons got $48,000 worth of bundles in her damn closet. We know that Angela Simmons got $48,000 worth of shoes in the washroom. We know that she's not hurting for money. But what we don't know is why Angela ain't paid them people that damn rent. And, you know, again, it's always embarrassing because you have that faction of people out there who are just going to run with whatever they want. She going broke. She can't pay her bills. She can't pay her bills. And I definitely don't think that this is that. I think when it's all said and done, we're going to find out that maybe the place had smoke damage or the roof was broke or something. There is something that's going to make sense as to why Angela Simmons ain't paid this $48,000 worth of back rent to this man, but it damn sure ain't because she broke. And speaking of ain't giving nobody their money, Tyler Perry said, "No, my goddamn money." Okay, now listen. Y'all know I gets down. All my friends is the BET and the Viacom and the VH1 people. Them is my peoples. I rocked with them peoples over there, and all of us were excited. I mean, I got friends that work on the executive level with that over there at that company, and they were excited at the potential thought of Tyler Perry buying BET. For those of you guys who do not know, they took VH1 and they're going to roll VH1 up under BET. VH1, for the most part, has been producing urban programming for so long. It kind of just makes sense that it rests up under the BET umbrella. And then Tyler Perry was supposed to be buying the whole thing. And then this was just supposed to be the second coming of Christ for black people, because we were going to have a network that is currently standing and currently have distribution infrastructure in place. And we were looking forward to all of this awesome programming that was going to be coming out of BET. I think that there is a faction of us who miss BET from its heyday, and I'm talking about Sherry Simpson and Donnie Carter on Video Soul. I'm talking about Ray Chow on Caribbean Rhythms. I'm talking about Tigger Down to the Basement. I'm talking about Midnight Love, Late at Night, playing the slow jams and hot romance. Them was BET. This is BET, the Coca-Cola moment of the day. I'm talking about, yes, that BET. I think we wanted Ed Gordon back. We wanted gospel on Sunday. We were looking for BET to be restored. But child, it looked like it's about to stay wherever the hell it's at this point. Because Tyler Perry said them people had disrespected him. Tyler Perry said them people had done inflated their price so goddamn much that just the whole bidding process was disrespectful, and he ain't even open to entertaining it no more. Now, a lot of people were saying, you know, Tyler Perry could start his own network. He got enough money, he could start his own network. I don't know if y'all remember when Oprah first started her network. She took over Discovery, made it on that, and kind of went back over to Discovery or some kind of shit with the stocks. I'll never forget, Oprah said if she could do it again, that she would not start a network. She referred to it kind of as like a mistake or a misstep. citing that, it just was a lot of work and it was a huge undertaking. I think a lot of us think about people having money and we think, oh, it's just simple. Bam. You got money, start a network. I mean, granted, he did start a whole movie studio, so it could possibly be equally as easy. I don't know. But I'm not mad with him. You know what I'm saying? Tyler said, oh, y'all looking at me and y'all thinking because I got money, y'all just finna give me some crazy ass damn price. Part of me is feeling like maybe their intention was never to sell the network in the first place, and maybe it was just to get some buzz out there, to get some notoriety to the place. Or maybe it was to get a multiple bidders and get people into a bidding war. But I will say I am slightly disappointed that the deal fell through with Tyler Perry. Now, I was concerned because while I love everything that Tyler Perry stands for in the media space, all that he's done, and we love his story, pulling himself up from his bootstraps, I'm not going to promise you that I love all of Tyler Perry's programming. I don't. And I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying it's bad. I recognize that art and entertainment is subjective. Some people like it. Some people aren't. I'm not a Meet the Browns, Meet the Pains, House of Pain type of person. That's not my level of comedy, but there are a whole lot of people who love it. My concern was that if Tyler Perry got a hold of BET, we was going to have a whole damn channel full of Brown and Cora and all that type of stuff, and I just was not here for it. I also questioned that if Tyler Perry had BET, would we still have programming like the Love and Hip Hops, so on and so forth? And again, while some people can argue that, Love and Hip Hop, doesn't necessarily show black people in the best light, so on and so forth, I will say this, whether it shows us in the best light or not, if anybody's going to make the money off of it, it should be the black people on the black channel. I've always been of the school of thought that Love and Hip Hop, Real Housewives of Atlanta, and every other popping black show should have been birthed out of BET. And that the money should have went to the black people and to the black network. Whether it's showing us in a good light or a bad light. We're going to be shown in the bad light, bitch. At least let us get the damn money for it. I think it make it double worse we being shown in the bad light and the pocket going in the white man money. That's just how, the white man pocket. That's just how I feel. But Tyler said that thing was disrespectful. Now, I'm going to tell you who I am glad who didn't get their damn hands on it. When they said Puffy had entered the group chat, I said, no, ma'am. Shut it down. Close it down. Our lottery machine broke. Poppy is broke. Lottery machine broke. So I don't know. Tyler Perry said it was just so disrespectful. He ain't messing with it no more. And when you rich, you got to treat rich people different. You can't offend rich people and come back and apologize. They don't get down like that. Like once you offend rich people, it's a wrap. So I don't know what we're gonna do with BET because they ain't really got no money over there like that. They ain't got no programming that's generating a lot of things. Now, they say the BET Plus doing good with the Sisters and the Oval and some of the other things that the people say. But I ain't never watched none of that stuff. Y'all got to drop down in the comments and give me some suggestions on what to watch over there and if it's really good. And don't send me no suggestions with no Meet the Brown type stuff. I don't like that type of stuff. But send me some good suggestions on what's to watch over there on the BET Her and the BET Plus. And maybe we could get the R&B Divas back over there or something like that and find out what all the hell going on. And what's going on with TV One these days? Is TV One still on? Because they be over there showing Good Times and Martin and carrying on. Hell, BET don't even, I don't even know if my TV get BET quiet as kept. Anyway, y'all, I just want to give y'all a little something to see how y'all old, wide bite, flat ass hoes was doing today. And I'll call y'all later. Bah.